I think this thing is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. My understanding, and maybe they'll correct me in this video, my understanding is that this PlayStation Q device is a portable PlayStation controller that has a screen built in and that is used to remote play from your PlayStation 5 at home. It's not a cloud gaming device. It uses your home console. So it can't use the PlayStation like server infrastructure. It uses the PlayStation at your house. So I don't understand who this is for. I really don't. I don't get it. People were saying, "Oh no, it's literally just a device for playing games while you're taking a poo." Interesting, compelling, but whatever. I don't understand why you'd buy this when you can already do remote play on your phone. But what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like the Wii U? Yeah, that's basically what it is. If the audio is cutting out for you guys, try refreshing. Try refreshing. It looks good on my end from what I'm seeing. Maybe try that. All told, I really just don't get what the point of this is. I don't understand it. I don't know who would buy this. I don't know how many of these will sell, but hopefully not a lot because this is frankly stupid. If it had the ability for cellular connectivity or something like that, oh, maybe that could work. You know, you sign this up with Verizon or with Sprint or T-Mobile, whatever, and then you pay $10 a month or $20 a month for data to be able to stream this on the go, and then it can connect to the PlayStation Now servers. That gets interesting. Maybe. However, as it is, I just don't know who the hell would buy this. I just honestly don't get it. I don't, like, it's not compact. It's not portable, really. It's huge. It's clunky. And again, your phone can already do all of this already. You all have phones, don't you?
Can we talk about this Sony thing?
Yeah, Sony PS5 announcement.
Prediction, I haven't seen this yet, but I'm guessing that Linus actually probably likes this thing.
At their PlayStation showcase, Sony announced their new handheld, projected to come out later this year, called Project Q. The handheld allows remote play of PS5 games via Wi-Fi at up to 1080p and 60 FPS. It has an 8-inch LCD screen. We have no idea how much it will cost, and it's unclear whether it will do anything else other than stream PS5 games or whether it will be able to use cellular networks. Considering they specified Wi-Fi, I kind of doubt it, but we'll see.
Me too.
Yeah, that's one of those things where the answer is no.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where the answer is no. Yeah, there's no way this thing uses cellular connectivity. Otherwise, they would have mentioned it. And when they have to specify Wi-Fi device, it's not cellular. I mean, come on, dude. The cope is real if you think this thing is going to have cellular connectivity. As a product pitch, my understanding is it's basically just pitched as a DualSense controller with haptic feedback, with the adaptive triggers, that type of thing, and then the screen. Whereas, as far as I know right now, for like using your phone, the backbone controllers are great because they're super small and lightweight, but those don't have adaptive triggers. Like, there's no way to get that experience. But even then, I mean, how terrible is this thing's battery life going to be? It's going to be like an hour. This whole thing, I just don't get it.
So, lossless wireless earbuds. Okay. The PlayStation Showcase also highlighted a number of upcoming games. Sony announced / showed off several standard PS5 games, the only notable exclusive being Spider-Man 2. Okay. Some notable non-exclusives: a remake of Metal Gear 3, a reboot of Bungie's Marathon series. That's...
I know, right? Sony owning Bungie just makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, but it's non-exclusive. Which is also, the whole thing is just like, it's weird, but maybe really cool. I haven't been able to look into any of that yet because I had a very busy week, but I'm pretty interested in the idea of them rebooting Marathon. We'll see. Alan.
But doesn't that mean I can connect to my work Wi-Fi and connect to my PS5 Wi-Fi at home, like Remote Play works on everything else? I don't need to play on the go. I want to play in the office. Yeah, Midtoker, my understanding after last stream when somebody explained this, my understanding is you can remote play from any internet connection It's like a hotel, office, whatever, connected to your home device. How well that works, the mileage varies a lot. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes it really, really doesn't. It's very, very hit or miss. In my experience, again, I haven't tested this in months, but in my experience, the remote play, even within the same house, is not great. Latency is really bad. It's just, it drops, it compresses, it has artifacting, pixels turn green for random reasons. It gets very, very weird very quickly. So in my experience, even in the same house, it's not very good. I can only imagine trying to send it over a city, basically. It's probably not great. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe it's way better now, but I wouldn't think so.
Wake 2, a Splatoon alike called Foam Stars, and the one Riley is most excited about, the Talos Principle 2. I think quite a few people are going to be excited about that. It's a PvP extraction shooter.
Oh, I think you've got his attention.
Oh my! Bungie making a PvP extraction shooter is extremely exciting. Like The Division.
So Luke is the guy they're targeting. I'm not the guy. This Luke isn't, but that Luke is very excited. I've talked to Luke Lafreniere actually on the phone once or twice. He's a very nice guy. He's a good guy. And he likes extraction shooters. I don't dislike extraction shooters. They just do nothing for me. I'm just like, whatever. Like I just, not my kind of thing.
Okay, that part makes it a lot worse. Okay, hopefully it's not like The Division at all. The Division was terrible in my opinion, but you know, I'm sure someone liked it.
Okay, I want to talk about this wireless console thing. Is it just me, or
what did we talk about? We talked about potentially going and doing content for Floatplane, which is their platform over there. Who knows? We might. But basically, the pitch was they wanted to make sure that there was exclusive content that would go up there. And at the time, it was just me. And I was like, I honestly don't know what I would do that would just be exclusive to Floatplane. Like, what kind of content would that even be? Where I could, like, it's only available on Floatplane. Like, it was basically Patreon, their version of Patreon. So I don't know. And I don't know if it makes sense now. At the time, it didn't really make a lot of sense for my content, but it was an interesting thing nonetheless.
Like very little use for this. Why don't you just play on your TV?
Actually, eat dinner.
I don't know how to feel about this. Okay, so first of all, here, let's flip over to my laptop. This is apparently what it's going to look like.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It actually looks like it's probably comfortable to hold and stuff, too.
Okay, here's my problem. I don't know how to feel about this because I've been kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
I loved the NVIDIA Shield.
Yes.
And yes, Android games did exist that could be played with a controller, but at the time, they were way less common. So it was fundamentally only a device for streaming your gaming PC to a handheld form factor. And I was crazy in love with that thing. It was how I played games when I had infant children because it basically...
Oh, there's your platform for true crime, Luke. I think we'd have to build the true crime platform somewhere else, like on TikTok or something. Do TikTok videos on true crime and then transition them and be like, yeah, if you want to see the full video, it's on Floatplane. We could do something like that, probably. But I don't think Floatplane is a place where you grow an audience at all.
Had the kid kind of in the thing in your arms and you could play video games. There was no way you could consider it a computer. So that was it. That was how I could play video games. Loved that. And then, you know, I was less bullish on the Steam Link, which is basically the same idea, except that it allows you to play your gaming PC games on your TV with...
Dude, I bought a Steam Link. I think I paid $5 for it because it was like super 95% off or something like that. It was heavy discount. I paid like $5 for it. It worked okay. I used it like 3 times and then never touched it again. And then they like discontinued it and then the firmware wasn't updated and it stopped working. It was super upsetting.
Like, I really liked it.
I've got nothing against the concept of this. I'm a little bit concerned about what I expect the price might be.
Well,
I guess that's a good point. At any price, I think anything can work. At $5, this thing works. The Steam Link thing worked at $5, even though I barely used it. But let's be honest, this thing's going to be $200-$300. Let's just be like completely honest, okay? It's going to be very, very, very expensive. Very expensive.
The Wii U. Did you ever use the wireless controller pad function of the Wii U? Did you ever even look at that screen?
Yeah.
Really?
I am a rare Pikachu Wii U enjoyer. I really liked the Wii U. I actually genuinely very much liked the Wii U. I
found
even
one.
loved. Okay, so the Super Mario Bros. Whatever it was that came out for the Wii U.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
It had
whatever,
a 4-player co-op feature.
Yes, it did.
With a 5th person that used that main controller, had their own screen, and you could put down like emergency platforms for your teammates. You could also troll them by, while they're like mid-jump, put a platform right in front of them and they smack into it and fall down. You could like try to fight your own team from actually completing the level and all this kind of stuff. Extremely fun.
That's
very
fair.
fun.
That's
very
fair.
unique experience too.
That's fair.
And very fun.
I didn't have a problem with the Wii U. It was just that like nobody had one, so there wasn't really any reason to buy one. And everybody's Wii's seemingly did everything that the Wii U did. So it's just like, who cares? Like my buddy Dakota, he had one. He liked it. I went over to his house. We played Mario Kart and stuff on the Wii U. Like I remember doing that. Didn't have a problem with the Wii U. I just didn't have any reason to get it, you know?
Played a bunch of different games on the Wii U. They're all really good. I am deeply convinced that the only reason why the Wii U didn't do well was because no one knew that A, it existed, or B, what the hell it even was. My group of relatively techie friends, when I first bought it, I invited them all over because I wanted to play the 5-person Super Mario Bros. Thing. Or, Super Mario Bros. Yeah. All of them, literally all of them, thought that I bought some expansion for my Wii. None of them knew that it was a dedicated console.
Swedish made?
What did I say? Did I say something wrong?
No, you just an expansion for your Wii. I'm asking if it's Swedish made.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Really enjoyed the Wii U, and that controller
that
is
sort of
very
thing is his bag, baby.
That controller was actually very comfortable.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
Like more comfortable than the Switch is by a lot, in my opinion.
Okay. I do want to keep talking about this paradigm though, because I had another opportunity to look at a device that's basically this, and I have to confess,
the Logitech thing.
I kind of blew them off because I just didn't really care. Yeah.
So you always expect it to suck, and then it's actually okay.
Well, no, it's not that, because I was so jazzed on the Shield, right? So here, hold on a second. I'm just going to jump back over to my laptop for a second here. This is from Peakdo, of all people. Remember these guys? They had this like low latency HDMI streaming thing. So it's millimeter wave, which is a problem because that means the range is going to be pretty foobar, but 60p, 1080 60p, so 60 hertz, and the pitched sort of use case for this thing was actually streaming your PlayStation 5 to it. Compatible with PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Windows, Switch, etc. 2.5 milliseconds delay, up to 30 meters or whatever, and 3-hour battery life. And I kind of looked at this and I went, that seems really niche.
Super niche, but I mean, I think the key selling point with this damn thing is the controllers. The fact that it's using the PlayStation 5 DualSense controllers. I think if it was just like a Switch looking thing like that is, but it can stream PlayStation games, like I don't think people would care as much. But just having the controller, I think, is a big selling point. I still think it's super niche even with that, but I think that's important to acknowledge.
Well, and Sony just laid down a big fat, I think you're wrong, Linus.
Yeah.
Because they are releasing a first-party accessory that's just this.
If this thing could work over cell networks, it would be sick.
It doesn't.
I know it doesn't.
You don't want... See, people keep asking for this. You don't want to game over a cellular network.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And okay, I know.
Some games would be totally
I know.
fine.
I hear you.
Some would be
I can
totally
actually hear your keys heating up as you furiously type a message about how much you love using Moonlight over a cell network or whatever. Steam Link. I know. There are certain types of games. You want to play like a puzzle game or something.
Civ.
No problem. By all means, play over a cellular network. But wherever you live, A, your cell network must be a lot better than mine. So maybe you're in like Tokyo or you're in like Seoul or something like that.
Yeah.
Sure, fine. A, your cell network is a lot better than mine. B, you must have a really great data plan.
Both of those things are true in a lot of places in the world. People run their house internets off cell.
Absolutely. However, even under those ideal conditions, there are certain genres of games that are just not going to be fun with the additional latency. And I
Yeah, I agree. So I don't think that there's any way this thing does well. Even the PSVR 2 came out and PlayStation had to like slash manufacturing budgets. Yeah, look at this. PlayStation VR 2 sales expectations reportedly halved after disappointing pre-orders. The appeal for Sony's new virtual reality headset is limited by its high price and lack of compatibility with other systems. I mean, I called this well ahead of time because, again, a dummy could put this together. It's like, it's really expensive, doesn't work with your PS4, PS4 Pro, none of your games from the PS4, PS4 Pro work on this thing. So you have to buy a whole new catalog of games. And by the way, our flagship game, Horizon Call of the Mountain, has been reviewed at 7 out of 10 and lasts a few hours. It just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, technically it's a marvel. It looks really good. The OLEDs inside are great. It's a great piece of hardware, but it's just frankly not a great value proposition for people. Sony has, quote, reduced projections for the initial launch of the PSVR 2 headset dramatically after early pre-orders disappointed. Reports Bloomberg, the $549 price tag is more than a PS5, and I think not anymore. I think PS5 is, they raised the price to $552, so I think it's all the same, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, I think for many people that's simply too much. Now, Sony says it has not cut the PSVR 2 production rumors or production numbers, denying the Bloomberg report. I'm going to be real. If Bloomberg reports something, I usually believe Bloomberg over the random corporation that's trying to convince me otherwise. Because the corporation has a vested interest in trying to sell the narrative that this thing is super successful and you should buy one too. And having a like story break that they've had to have production numbers is not great. Doesn't look good on them.